Hi loves, you are welcome to Olives. In this video I will be sharing with you how I made another version of this milkmaid dress for my mom. So please keep on watching and let's get right into this video. These are the materials I'll be using as well as the patterns. This is the same pattern I use for this dress. I shared a tutorial on the pattern, so the link will be in the description box. Okay, for this particular dress, the sleeve will differ from the other one, as well as the lower part. The lower part for this tutorial will be a half circle skirt. So I'll make use of her round waist measurement, which is 31. So for the half circle, we'll divide our circumference, which is the waist, by 3.14. That is for the half circle. Okay, so I have about 9.872, something like that. So I'm going to approximate it to 10 inches. Okay, so that's the waist measurement I'm going to use. Now we need allowance, that's zip extension. Okay, so this 10 I'm going to add 1 inch. It's actually 1 inch, okay, but I wrote 2 inches, so pardon me for that. So now this is the folded part of my cloth. I'm using 2 yards of long length, so I folded it into 2 equal parts. Okay, so towards the folded part, I'm going to fold it this way, like in a form of a triangle, just as you see. So that is how we are going to cut out the half circle skirt. So from the tip, I'm going to mark down my 11 inches. That is the result I got, right? So I'll mark it this way, and I'll be rotating the tape as I mark these 11 inches. Yeah, so that is for the waistline. I'll connect these points together. Hopefully you can see. So that is it. Now above the line, first line we've made, I'm going to mark ½ inch, which is going to serve as joining allowance. That is to join the waist to the bodice. Okay, again, from the initial waist curve we marked, I'm going to mark down the full length, or the length of the skirt. Okay, so with this you need your full length. The full length I'm working with is 40. So I'm going to deduct my bodice, which is 16.5, from this 40 inches. Okay, so I have about 23.5. So I'll need ½ inch to hem the lower part of the skirt, so that will be 24 inches. So I'm going to mark this 24 inches right from here like this, and I'll mark it round to the other end of the skirt. So I'll connect all these points together. The next thing is to cut this out. So this is for the 2 center back, and here is the center front, which I'll notch. To be sure of the total waist measurement I have, I'll measure this way. So I had 8.25. This is folded into 4. Okay, so I'm going to multiply whatever I have by 4. Okay, and I had 33. So the real waist measurement is 31. So 1 inch zip extension at the center back will make up 33. We'll move on to cut out the upper part of this dress. So I'm going to lay all the patterns on the fabric and cut out. This is the ruffle for the cap, which we are going to use. So I'll add ½ inch up like this. For this tutorial, I'll include that on the back bodice. So I'm going to fold the excess like this. That's for the dart, okay? And I'll add allowance around the pattern. Her measurement is bigger than mine, so I'm going to measure quarter of her measurement like this and mark on the fabric. All right, I'm going to repeat the same thing for her waist as well. So I'll connect the point together and add about 1.5 inch allowance. So whatever I just did for the back, I'm going to repeat it for the front as well. So I added 1/2 inch to the lower part and the neckline of the back. Same process as I mentioned for the front. Around the cap area, I used 1 cm, which is the same allowance on the main cap, the actual cap, okay? I'll move ahead to cut out bias, which I'm going to use around the cap while sewing. Bias is usually gotten from your fabric by cutting across the grain, okay? These parts of materials or fabrics are mostly stretchy. For better understanding, cut it diagonally to get the bias, okay? So I marked out 1 inch. You may also use an actual bias, okay? We will be going for a similar sleeve like this, and the length of this particular sleeve is 27 inches. So I have roughly 10 extra inches from the main length, which is going to be 17 inches, okay? So we are going to have something like this. That is what I'm going for, okay? Now for the upper part, I'm going to use this paper to demonstrate how we are going to do it, okay? So the width is about 14.5 inches on fold, and this paper is also about 14.5 inches, okay? So I'm going to mark about 7 inches from the paper this way. That's from the edge of the paper, come down by 1 inch, curve this 1 inch this way, and then curve it down just in the form of a sleeve, but it has a wider space, if I'll say it that way. You know, you can actually use your normal sleeve and cut and spread to get that wideness, okay? But this is the easiest way I could do it. So I'm going to place my assumed pattern like this with the folded part of the sleeve and add 1/2 inch, just as you see. Yeah, so that will be my sleeve. From the crown of the sleeve, I'll come down by 11 inches. In this section, it depends on however you want your sleeve to be, okay? So I'll mark it this way, and I'll go up by about 4.5 inches. I'll notch the edge of the lines I've made, and in the next tutorial, we will be joining all the parts together. In the meantime, thank you for watching.